Hello, this is going to be episode 2 of my series on speedrunning Celeste. In the last episode, I worked on the Forsaken City, and I taught you how to do that as fast as I'm currently able to. I will be doing the same thing, except now for old site. Same thing, I'll go in each room in as much detail as possible and show you any tricks I've learned. Again, my time is currently somewhere around 49 minutes, so this should get you somewhere around sub 50 if done properly. I guess there's not much else to say. Let's just get into it. So there's not much to start. You just want to hyper. Make sure you do a hyper here, and if you can, do a hyper here, because that makes it the fastest. So you'd want to do something like, it can be difficult, but like that. Super there, just jump over. Fast fall here till here. Dash over here. Dash. You can do an extended super. Sorry. You can do an extended hyper there. Or what I usually do is I do a wave dash. It ends up being the same. And just do a dash over. This room can be a little tricky. In the last video, I told you to assign a crouch dash. That's going to be important here, as if I do like a wave dash here and do a normal dash, it's still possible, but if you look, if I do it like this, you have much more room for if you mess up. This room's pretty simple though. Again, just wave dash or dash. Wave dash or extended hyper. And just up right dash into the crystal and dash again. Should be pretty easy. It's not too difficult. Here is an important trick. This is the way I have found to get this skip consistently. So right here, there's a cutscene that will play once you look in the mirror and look away. Now, if you get the cutscene skip up here, you clip into the block and you can dash immediately. It saves a little bit of time getting into the block and out of this room. So what you're going to want to do for this is you're going to want to crouch dash in and just you crouch dash in, jump, get in the range of the mirror. I can't really show you or it'll activate the cutscene. But you want to get in the range of the mirror and quickly do a up left dash out of the range. There'll be a slight audio cue. You want to go into the pause menu and click skip cutscene. So that looks like this. Now I messed it up, but as you can see, you move here, you get high enough, you're supposed to clip into the block. Now I messed it up. So that's I'm doing it too early, sorry. I'm trying to give you a good example, sorry. That would be a good example. In that example, you would skip cutscene, you'd clip into the block, and immediately up dash. Hyper in here, drop down, you want to dash through here, do a hyper here, extended hyper, and dash through that block. I messed it up. The movement here is very fast. I suggest you practice a lot of the movement. Another way you can do this hyper, It's a little tighter, but I find it a little easier. You can do a hyper bunny hop and dash through. That's pretty easy. You have to dash through that transition. If you go through this, do a dream bounce, so just jump as you leave the dream block. Jump, you want to dash through that so you can immediately dash into the next block. Or else you have to land here and jump, and that's a little too slow. So just like that. You do get sometimes sent into that transition if you're not quick. But next you would want to go through that, jump up here, wall bounce to get up, climb jump to the top, dash through, dash up, quick hyper, dash up through that. So quick hyper, dash up through that, you get a wall bounce, climb to here, another wall bounce. Now this room can be difficult, but it shouldn't be too bad but you do have to be quick about it. So the goal here is to do a series of diagonals. So you go up here, you go down here, and you immediately go up here. While you're up here, you dash up here, and you dash up here. And that's how it's done simply. Here's what it ends up looking like. If I can get it. Okay. Now I did mess it up, so this is what it will end up looking done right. And you just up dash into there. Something that you will need to know though is you can't wait or you'll be pushed. So like if I do this, I'll hit that corner or something like this will happen and I'll hit that corner. You have to eat as soon as you're out of the block. If that's too difficult, then something else you can do is you can just do the first up dash. Okay. You just do this, down, 2 dashes, go back a little, up dash. Important, it makes it significantly easier to go through this dream block if you go through this dream block and straight into this dream block instead of jumping here, because you don't quite enough height. If all else fails, you can just do climb jump, up dash, or up left dash, up right dash, whatever it is. There's not much else to say. Mess it up, there's some backups you can do. Here, you want to immediately skip the cutscene so you can move as soon as possible. You want to land on this platform, do that. You'll land up here. This is going to be a little harder to explain. You land up here, you do wall bounce, dash, up right dash, and there's a tight diagonal here you can do. If you dash right through the corner, you're able to just go through it. And here, I'll show you. This room's pretty quick and easy. Do practice that diagonal, that saves quite a bit of time. This room's pretty simple, go through. You do want to do a wall bounce here so you can get up there. So, you do something like this. And up dash. Up here, I do a hyper, dash up here, crouch, go up here, and finish that room. Now that looks something like this. If you can, I think you can get a corner boost here, which would indeed be faster. But it can be difficult to place, so this is one I'd suggest maybe waiting on. It doesn't super matter if you get it or you miss it. but it is fun when you get it. You go up. What you want to do here, stand here, go here. It's simple movement for the most part here. Just jump here, wall grab, get the second one. Up dash for this one, fall to that one, and you've completed it. Now that looks something like this. It's that simple. You want to hyper, up dash, hyper, wall bounce, dash through, get a dream jump, I guess, and just up dash up here, do a hyper into here, so you can dash through both of those, hyper, okay. This is where it will get a bit difficult, because this is a bit of a difficult trick here. So you get over here, dash, dash, and you want to do an extended hyper or a wave jump. If that fails, you can sometimes just go into the box there and you'll be fine. Shouldn't be that bad if you fail, but it's significantly faster to do that, so you don't have to wait for them. You get to just skip it. This room has a lot of hidden secrets. If you crouch dash here, you can find that. So dash here, fall past that ice block. If you land on it, that closes that secret. Just quick get all the coins, and you finish the room here. This is one of the most difficult rooms. I suggest this one you practice. It's fine if you fail once or twice. Keep in mind, the time you're looking for here is somewhere around 240 to 230. I can pretty confidently get 230 or so. I didn't go over these rooms, so I'll just go over this real quick. There's not much to say. You just kind of I've never actually done that. Okay, you just kind of do some hypers, do some fast falling so you can do your hypers faster. Dream block, do a hyper, and dash through these dream blocks as fast as possible. Dream jump at the end. You can get if you land here, you can get if you do crouch dash here, you can jump there and jump that block pretty quickly. Another hyper here to get over that. I usually jump and do a hyper off that again, like that. But you could do something like that also works. I just prefer the hypers. And as you can see right there, just got another corner boost, speeds that up, immediately skip the cutscene. And from here, basically, you just want to go as fast as possible, use hypers, and you want to use hypers and wave dashes as much as possible. Super where the jump is too high to reach. If you land on a spring, immediately dash as to not deal with the slow springs. That's called spring canceling, and it will save you time. You can also get a wave dash there. Same deal here. Overall, it will take some practice, but overall the movement will look very fun and I find very enjoyable. here's what a full run looks like. Won't speak much, I'll give some commentary. There's a backup there if you mess up, which is fine. Doesn't lose too much time, only a few seconds. Here, and see 238. There's not much to say. There's not much else to say. There's not as much to go over since I've already gone over how a lot of the mechanics work, and I feel like there's a lot less advanced mechanics in this one, I guess. There's really not much to go over. One thing I will suggest is using like chapter 1 and chapter 2 as your playgrounds. Mess around with it. If you like here, you can play with how you want your movement to change. Mess around with it. Again, this is just my run. Not all runs are the same, and some runs are significantly faster than others. Like instead of using another hyper here, you could learn to do a corner boost there. It will be difficult, but again, there's a lot of mechanics that you can use here. So, point is, play around with it. Not everything is set in stone, and I really do suggest playing with corner boosting, because it's a fun thing to learn, and like it's fast if you can do it right. I cannot do it right quite yet, but again, I'm still pretty new to this. I don't know, there's not much else to say. just remember that it does not matter if you die once. It happens, okay? It's not like you're always gonna succeed in a room. And that's alright. As long as you're learning, then it's fine. As long as you're having fun, as you're learning to use the many speedrun mechanics this game has implemented. Like, I take this route up because I like it, but you may use this room to quickly climb, using the dream blocks to your advantage as you quickly scale this room and leave. It all depends on your playstyle, how you want to play the game. I will go over this one more time if you hadn't watched my previous video. And that is also speedrun clock. That's very helpful. Built-in speedrun clock. You can set it to file or chapter. I have it on chapter because that's what I care about most. Although I might change it soon. As I went through in my previous video, you definitely want to have a crouch dash button, as it is very helpful, allows you to much more confidently get skips and tricks that you may have trouble doing otherwise, makes many tricks such as all the hypers much easier. And the last thing, again, 2 jump buttons can help. I rarely use the second, but it is very helpful. X is there because I don't use it actually, but still. Having 2 is very helpful. I will go over, I don't know, there's really not much else to go over. Chapter, pretty much not much happens. At least compared to other chapters. In chapter 3, in my next video, there is a lot of things that you have to know. For example, death cycles. You'll have to basically learn rooms twice. So get ready for that. The one last thing I'll go over. This is, because I failed it every time so far, this is what the cutscene skip is supposed to look like. That's what that actually looks like. I'm sorry for messing it up 2 different times. You can get it confidently, I was just not doing it correctly. I mean, I suppose that's the end. I will be releasing my next video soon, or if it's already released, go watch that. And I hope this was helpful for you. Have a wonderful day, and happy speedrunning. And one last time, cannot stress enough, have fun with it. Most speedruns aren't the same. Either way, have a great day, and happy speedrunning.